let's say an extra $800 to $1,000 a week was not worth it at all, bro. It's like I was used,
especially when you can make that just selling 5 bowls.
Yeah. Don't let the Matrix, take away your time. You know what I'm saying?
But because
your time is more valuable than that little measly check he's gonna give you. You got to be comfortable being uncomfortable in order to escape the Matrix.
And, you know, but like it's happening. It happened. You know what I mean? Not on the timeline that I wanted, but on God's timeline.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And like the only way you lose.
That was my manager.
And check. This Vice City Mafia, we coming at you live from Miami streets. We out here. I'm your boy, Cross-Eyed. I got my main man, Chino the GOAT, and we got Shook, aka Shook the Room. Bah! What's poppin', man? So recently, you know, I figured, I was like, you know, usually we get into comedy and stuff, but I figured like I should give people like advice. Not like advice, but more like a philosophy I like to live by, because like I've had people ask me, yo, how do you stay so focused, this, that, you know, because I work in the club industry and there's a lot of women around me.
Right.
And I'm recently getting a new job where they look at me and they've tried to test me by sending girls at me to like kind of see if I'll do drugs or if I'm gonna fall for the girls, because that's usually testing you. Yeah. I've been tested before, so that's usually what they do.
Is it like a thing they do at strip clubs?
Yeah, it's a thing they do.
Just to see like how
he didn't even get a test. He didn't even get a chance to get the test.
I failed everything. Before he was even.
He didn't even get a chance to get tested. But anyways, like
not even for STDs.
Nah. But anyways, like. So
I'm clean.
Well, I like to think of it as some people live in the Matrix, right?
Okay.
And then I live outside the Matrix.
Okay.
Like I'm working in the Matrix, but I'm only working in the Matrix to escape the Matrix. You get what I'm saying?
Elaborate.
So, all right. So working in the Matrix, like the Matrix for me, right? What I consider the Matrix, it's not some like conspiracy theory. The Matrix is like when you're working for a paycheck and you're being a slave and you think you're free. You know what I mean? And I like to, what I do, right? So I'm so focused on getting out of the Matrix that women, drugs, and those kind of things cannot distract me from what my ultimate goal is, which is escaping the Matrix, versus someone who's in the Matrix, right? So for those of you that want to know, are you in the Matrix or are you not? Well, if you're going to work every day, right, that doesn't mean you're in the Matrix. You could be thinking outside of the Matrix, but like if you're working every day and you're thinking, okay, I need to get this money so I can make more money. Like you're paying your bills and stuff, but you know you got to do something on the side for yourself to progress and get out of this circle that people are in. And someone who's in the Matrix would make that check, pay their bills, and think, wow, I got $200 left. I'm going to go to the club and I'm going to waste it all. Or I'm going to go buy a bottle of alcohol, or I'm going to go party. It's because they're stuck in their Matrix. They're stuck in a loop where they think it's like reality.
But
you know
also
what I mean?
got to look at it in an aspect, like I understand where you're coming from, but you also got to look at an aspect of like this. We are not normal people. Shook is his own business owner. You work in the club industry where we do not get paid. Where I used to work with you, the both of us, you work in there in that environment. So I understand where you're coming from, but you gotta also understand we don't work normal 9-to-5 jobs. The normal people work regular jobs where this is all they know. They only know no more than a certain amount of money.
No, but I don't want to get people to think just because you work at McDonald's, you're stuck in the Matrix. No, you could work at McDonald's and not be a part of the Matrix as long as you understand that McDonald's isn't the end of your story.
But that's called comfortability.
Like, yeah, as long as you're not getting comfortable, you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable in order to escape the Matrix.
And I think that's where, like, all the little pleasures that the government feeds us is to keep you locked in to the Matrix, keep you locked in. So I think you develop such a a hard armor to it because you're in one of the most, if we're using this analogy, one of the most matrix driven environments, which is the strip club, nigga. And because it's like, that is where like all the illusions are, right? Yeah. But the illusions can come from fast food. The illusions can come from vapes. Yeah, no, but anything that you do to no. But anything that makes you feel like I'm okay now. You know what I mean?
It's that comfortability.
Because the thing is like all right, when I was going through a particularly rough time, right? And like I was fucked up, I was down on my dick, I had just lost a bag, you know what I mean? A big bag. And fucking my mom had passed and I had just broken up with my girlfriend. You know what I mean? I had just crashed my whip and all this shit. And I was just like, oh man, like I'm depressed. I feel sad. And I just had a homie say to me like, nigga, you're supposed to feel that way right now. The point is to feel that and then realize that so you do something to get out of that, right? Mm-hmm. But like all those other little pleasures like make you feel like, okay, like when you're just doing that 9 to 5 and you have no desire to get up out of that, right? You go to the club and because for that period of time, you're like, whew, I feel okay now. You know what I mean?
You feel like, wow, look at me. I'm in the club. I made it. Because it's a false sense of reality. That's what the Matrix is.
Instagram, right?
Fake stuff.
You know what I mean? Like, and don't get me wrong, bro. Like because somebody had commented like, oh, you guys are talking shit on social media and what you're doing in social media. Yeah, bro, of course. Like, and it's fine, bro. Like, fucking social media has a purpose, but I'm talking about when you're doom scrolling, right? Yeah. And you're just lost in the shit and you get in a fight with somebody and to forget your life, you're just going through it, right? Or fucking when you go and eat that comfort food, right? It's to feel good about whatever you're not feeling good about. But it's like, no, you gotta be uncomfortable. But that's why I like putting myself in uncomfortable positions, like willingly. That's why I like working out. That's why I like fasting. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's why I like fucking getting in a fight with my bitch. No, I'm playing.
No, but I get what you guys are saying because I actually had a conversation about this with a boy of mine. And he was like, oh, is
this my story again?
Nah, you actually know who this, you know who this person is actually. You know who this person is. So I was basically explaining to him like, look, in a position where I'm at right now, it's just not smart for me to go out and spend the money that I have.
I was there right next to him when he said that. And dude, that was when I realized Chino's coming away from the Matrix.
And you know why? Because he lived with Papa.
Yeah, dude. I think it's because
you know what? Those are my words,
dude. And
which is fine.
Yo,
I love raising my youth.
Oh my god,
he was, bro. He was stuck in the Matrix, man.
No, because you know what it was? I was trying to, like, I'll explain from my perspective. I mean, you guys could tell me from your guys' perspective from looking from the outside. I was so caught up in the bullshit and like, cause like, fuck the money that I had, fucked all the whatever the fuck I was doing at the time being. It was just that I got so comfortable and I was so like fucked up in the head mentally. I substituted and tried to make myself feel better by blowing a bag, going to the clubs, buying bottles, spending money on people that didn't need to be spent money on, taking people out, showing people a good time with me, myself. In my mind, I was like, yeah, bro, I'm good. But realistically speaking, I wasn't good.
Yeah.
You feel me?
The hardest lies to get over are the ones we tell ourselves.
Yeah, 100%. People lie to themselves all the time, bro.
People mostly lie to themselves.
I see people, bro. Oh my God, dude. I went through like a silent war recently, right? Mm-hmm. And these people, like, I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm not being conceited, but I was doing fairly well, right? And I was thinking everyone loved me, right? Now, bro, you're always going to get hate in this world, right? But it was hard for me when I realized the people I brought up or the people that were up before me started hating on me and were talking shit behind my back. And it just makes me realize it's just like, wow, dude, this guy is like, dude, you know what the worst thing in the world is, man? It's when the most dangerous is a person that is jealous of you. It's not a person that hates you. It's a person that he's your friend and he's just like jealous of you and will do anything to knock you down from there, but not to put himself up, just to knock you down.
Just to make themselves feel better.
And the craziest
because
part,
they feel like you don't deserve it.
The craziest part is it's unconscious too, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you could put them on a lie detector test and be like, and ask them like, yo, are you trying to fuck with me? Be like, no. But they can't help it because they're comfortable with seeing you. Like, if they're not there, I've never received jealousy from anybody doing better than me, nigga.
Yeah.
That's on everything I love, right? Because what Drake has a bar, nigga. Jealousy is just love and hate at the same time. Cause they love you, nigga. But they hate that you're elevating, especially if you started in the same position with them, right? And I caught a lot of that, bro.
But to like add on to what you were talking about, like I understand that because me myself, with the money that I have touched and the people I surrounded myself around with, not everybody was good to be around me because they were around me for me, it was more so what I was doing for them and what they were gaining being around me at that time. Why? Because I was popping bottles like a maniac that I fucking was drowning myself in alcohol and just a whole bunch of shit that shouldn't have been done. I was doing for people that were not worth it. And I had to learn at a very harsh way, where now I'm in a situation where it's like I am doing better financially, whatever, than where I was. And it's fucking, I can see like the amount of people that surround me at that time frame versus me now. And I appreciate more, like I'm capable of appreciating more people that surround me now, because it's like even when I was not on my A list, you feel me? On my top of tier or whatever, like I'm doing better now. Nigga, I don't know how to explain it.
That's all. I like how Chino just like, he like, he just said some real shit. All right, you know, like Chino just said some real shit. It was just funny how he just held it going on, and I think it was because I was staring at him. Yeah. So I was like staring into his soul, like he just, you know, he's so in love with me, he just forgot everything he was saying.
You're so gay.
That's some real shit. And bruh, I have seen like Chino change recently, bruh. Like he is an example of escaping the Matrix mindset. He didn't escape the Matrix yet, but he escaped the mindset they put him in.
Yeah,
you know,
I hear that,
and that's for sure, bro. Because when he called, like you said earlier, when your boy called and I was in the car with him, and his boy's like, "Oh, let's go to the beach. We'll get a little bottle," and he goes, "Hey, bro, financially, man, I'm not there right now, and it's not a smart move for me, and I can't do it." And his boy's like, "Nah, I respect that."
Yeah, I kept it a bug with him.
And he's like, "But it's cheap," and he goes, "Bro, it's just I can't do that right now." But he goes, "I gotta focus," and bro, he said that shit in front of me. I was like, this nigga just escaped, bro.
Yeah, it's like, not.
That's what they want you to do.
Because it's not even the bread that cost you, bro. It's the time spent. You know what I mean? It's the fact that you lose focus of what you doing, like what you here for and shit. You know what I mean? And it's those little fucking jolts of pleasure that keep you dead, nigga.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like I would rather celebrate when there's a reason to. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because like we get so obsessed with chasing dopamine. You know what I mean? And the people that are the most successful are the ones that don't get too excited when there's a win and don't get too low when there's a loss, right? Mm-hmm. Because consistency will beat even with the music shit, right?
Yeah.
It's like I would rather somebody like work at it 50% every day for fucking 10 years than work at it fucking like 150% for like 2 weeks. Cause that's what happens. Niggas will go in super hard and be like, oh, I don't see any results. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, dumb nigga, because you have to do it every day. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with bread. It's like, bro, you have to be focused on money, not just like one lick, not just one thing. You know what I mean? It's like, no, you put in a grind every day. You have to do something that takes you to your goal every day. And it's the best. That's why it's best to do something you love, because you're never going to beat a motherfucker that loves what they're doing if you don't love it. So it's like if you in something just for the end result, you in the wrong thing, bro.
You want to hear something crazy that it sounds kind of corny, but when they told me this, I thought it was pretty cool. They're like,
who's they?
These girls that I know, right? They were telling me how like, oh, let's go out this past weekend. I'm like, look, and it sounded corny as fuck. They're like, what the fuck? No one's ever heard me say this. They're like, let's go out. I'm like, nah, if I go out tonight, it's gonna steal tomorrow's happiness. And then they were like, what the fuck? I'm like, look, I like waking up in the morning. I like going to the gym. You know what I mean? Recently, I been forcing myself to go to the gym really fucking early, like really fucking early. Not no 7, 8 o'clock. I'm there like at 5 every morning. You know what I mean? And just doing that little thing has allowed me to get everything done at such a short period of time where it's just already like 2, 3 in the afternoon. I'm like, dude, I'm done with everything.
Because one good habit leads into the next one, leads into the next one. Life has a momentum about it, you know what I mean? And when we're tired or whatever, like your body goes to whatever you're used to doing. So if you're used to making fucked up decisions, then you could be all guided in a checklist and all that shit. But as soon as something goes left, then you just go right back to the bullshit, right? Yeah. But if you're in the habit of making good decisions, when shit goes left, it ain't nothing for you to just readjust the wheel, right?
I will tell you this.
And go ahead. Oh, my bad. And I like how people like in the comments sometimes, or like you'll get some people, I'll get those DMs where it's like, they'll think like this shit we do right here is easy, you know? And like I said, like I made this one, like we started off this one more serious because we be joking and people think like, yo, we're ignorant. And it's not like, I'm not saying everybody
I have autism.
I'm not saying not everybody can. Yeah, that might be true. That I'm not saying not everybody could do this. You know, everybody could definitely do this, but
no, there's work that goes behind
some.
it.
Yeah, it definitely takes some work, and like people see us now, but like, how long have I been on the internet? How long have you been on the internet? And now people are noticing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now people are like starting to come to me in the club and be like, "Bro, I loved your episode." And it's like, yo, I had a podcast like 2 years ago that did not do so well. You know?
Yeah.
And
but you know, it's about still doing it. That's what I'm saying.
I
like,
told you you're gonna hit that TV today.
Shut up.
But no, just like loving doing it. You know what I mean? Like and ultimately, like even when I don't feel like doing the pod, I always feel better after. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like the gym. Like I don't always feel like going, but I know like there's a purpose with it. You know?
Yeah.
And but that's what I think we're going after, bro, is like what is going to allow me to have the most freedom. You know what I mean? Like what do I want to ultimately spend my days doing? You know, I had this like fucking group that I was a part of, like a success group or whatever, and the dude who started it was just like you should write out your dream day, right? Like write out like hour by hour what like a day in the life, in what a day
the perfect life
in your life would look like hour
day.
by hour. You know what I mean? And I'd be like, so I had written it, bro, and I wrote out like, oh, like this hour is filled with podcasts, you know, once a week. This hour is filled with studio. You know what I mean? This hour is filled with working out. And it's weird because your consciousness will steer you there if you stay focused, right? And then it's not always in the way that you saw it, you know, but like it's happening. It happened. You know what I mean? Not on the timeline that I wanted, but on God's timeline.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And like the only way you lose.
That was my fucking manager.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm trying to get some extra money.
Yeah, the only I'll give you $1, nigga. The only way you lose is if you don't stay consistent.
I got some extra days in.
This guy, dude, with his phone.
He can't focus.
Yo,
honestly,
dude, I like how we were trying to show him the Drake album when we had our.
I was having an important conversation.
No, you weren't, bro. No conversation.
Yeah, that was important. No, the conversation I was having before all that was
fuck your
important.
manager, but see, he gets sucked back into the matrix so quick, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, there's higher level purposes that you have. So some things can wait, bro. But you're so addicted to every time your phone dings that you feel like you need to answer.
And that's the matrix,
That's
bro.
what I'm saying.
That's what this podcast is.
I get it.
It's the fucking matrix,
And
bro.
I get
And
the
you gotta
matrix
break
aspect.
out of it, bro. You're breaking out of it, bro.
I get the matrix aspect.
Don't go back, bro.
I get it.
You don't get it.
But I do.
I don't think
but
you get it.
But
I think
all,
you get it to an extent, and you're breaking free. But you're but like it's drawing you back in, fam.
But at the same time, like I get where you guys are coming from, but bills got to get paid. Still
Bills got to get paid, but
that's not my angle. It's just for like time being as of right now.
You know
Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Like, dude, he got like he's so into like, bruh, like yo, that's what gets me like crazy about people, bruh. Like, yo, I've been a manager at the strip club for about like a year now, right? And I'm getting a new job quickly, bruh. And bruh, I never stress, bruh. I sometimes I'll be like, damn, they dropped my pay, but nah, nigga, something else is gonna come and it's gonna be better.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna jump.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of people are scared to jump. Instead, they want to be comfortable. And I've had waitresses, bartenders, bar backs, fucking security guards, and they come to me like, bro, when the club lowered my pay, right? I was like, all right, I gotta get on my shit now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And other people are like, oh my God, he lowered my pay. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to find another job. Oh my God, like how am I gonna talk to him and tell him I need money? He don't give a fuck that you need money, man.
Some people,
he don't give a fuck. And you gotta realize, bro, your employer, your boss, your manager doesn't give two fucks about your pocket.
And that's what I'm saying. Like it's
it's
a priority thing, bro. And so I'm saying, like, if you're actively engaged in something, we're not asking you to be focused for any longer than legitimately an hour. You know what I mean? But you're so wrapped into whatever is the newest shiny thing around you that it pulls you away from it. Right. And that's where people trip up, because life is about just organizing priorities, right? And it's like, what do I need to get done and what can wait a second, right? And but like, that's where social media and all that shit just has like, oh, I have to get this done. That's why everybody has anxiety and nobody has any direction in life, because people are just going with what they think other people will think that they think is dope. You know what I mean? Or just doing whatever comes in front of their face, bro.
Exactly.
That's why advertisements and all that shit on your phone sucks everybody in, bro. That's why sometimes it's just like, you need to put your phone away, and I guarantee you it'll be fine, bro.
Yeah, like,
and that conversation could have waited 20 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
for sure.
Like, even,
but people get they're stuck in, dude. They're like so stuck in their job, and it's like, yo, fam, I was there, right? I was there. I was working hard. I was doing everything to make my owner happy, make my managers happy, but it just bites you in the ass. So you don't gotta waste your time.
I got fucked over
trying to make
hard.
Someone, dude.
You should
already know,
hard,
dude.
Bro.
So you should already know.
I went literally 4 months. I'll never forget it. When me and Rudy were working together, I went 4 months.
Don't name drop. All right, go. But don't name drop.
Is your name? Yeah. Cross-eyed God. Sorry. So when me and Cross-eyed God used to work together.
No, not me. I'm saying. I know. Like, people
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So me and Cross-eyed God,
no, you can say Rudy. No, it's fine.
He's saying don't name drop in the story that you're about to tell.
Yeah.
Like, don't say the names of employers or shit like that.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So
or business.
When we used to work, we worked in an establishment together.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyways,
all right, continue, dog. You get it.
I worked. Either way, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. I actually was hurt.
It's important.
I was actually, honestly, if anything, like, I don't even have no hatred or no. Hey, get off your phone.
I was literally turning off my flashlight, bro. It's so
so different. But continue your story, bro. Say your story.
I was all right. So
you were working for months straight.
So he asked me to come in a couple more days, more than what I'm used to, because we were short on staff. So I took
7 days a week you're working.
Exactly. So 7 days a week, nonstop for 4 months straight, right? And with that time, I lost a lot of my own time in the aspect of, like, I couldn't do things that I wanted to do. Like, the extra money was not worth it at all. Yeah. It really wasn't. And then the time, the lack of sleep is just, bro.
What do you do? And what do you do
at the end? At the end, the end goal of all this basically was the fact that in the 4 months I was busting my fucking ass every fucking night, I got kicked. They let me go. Exactly, for the most dumbest thing.
And I want everyone to know that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people get stuck in their job. And they're like, oh, I'm going to work. Now, I'm not saying don't work, you know? Of course, we got to work. We got to pay bills. But don't let the I don't want to call it the man, but like, don't let the matrix take away your time. You know what I'm saying?
But because
your time is more valuable than that little measly ass check he's going to give you.
And the crazy part is nobody gives a fuck. And I say that in the most loving way. Like, nobody's coming to save you. So stop playing victim because nobody fucking cares. Nigga. Your employer don't care. Your mom and dad kind of care. You know what I mean? Until you're at a certain age and then you just complaining and whatever. You know, your friends might act like they care and shit like that. But the thing is, everybody really has to think about themselves. And it's not that people don't want the best, but everybody has shit, bro. Exactly. Everybody has problems. And if you think that owner gives a fuck that you're missing out on sleep and all this shit, they don't. Bro. They don't. And especially if you're not at like a top position that can really fuck with their business, they really don't give a fuck.
And the other thing, and one thing now that I look back into it, that extra $200-$300 on my paycheck, and then the extra maybe like $400 or $500 of fucking extra tip money, whatever the case may be, like an extra let's say an extra $800 to $1,000 a week was not worth it at all, bro. It's like I was, nigga,
especially when you can make that just selling 5 bowls, nigga. No, but allegedly.
Yeah, Chino's favorite word. Allegedly. Chino uses allegedly. So funny. That last podcast was wild. That guy was getting texts all about.
Dude, I will tell you this. Like, I've used words that I have no fucking idea what they know. And listen, and it's gotten me out of situations where I'm like, how did I do that?
Yo, you're getting better with speaking now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because in the beginning, he wouldn't even talk, and then people will say something, then he started talking, and then people will roast him, and then we'll roast him, and then he's getting better at articulating his words. Like, if you go back all the way to my first podcast, I used to have another podcast prior, and, bruh, it was like I did not know how to speak. Like, I just spoke, and I sounded ignorant every time, man. You know what I mean?
No, I think it's...
There's a power in speaking.
It's also people I've been
like, look at Andrew
around.
Tate, bro. Yeah, Andrew Tate. What's that other guy? The Jewish guy, Ben Shapiro.
Yeah,
like there's a power when those men speak.
Yeah, Joe Rogan. I mean, Hitler, nigga. Like
Hitler.
Hitler
was a great speaker.
No, but like it's bro. With charisma.
Even Fidel Castro.
Yeah, of course. Nigga, to become a dictator, you have to be charismatic and you have to be able to convince somebody to act against their better judgment takes a lot of skill. Yeah. That's why people are intrigued with pimps, nigga. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, how are you getting this girl?
Shout out to Sharp.
Shout out to Sharp. No, but even deeper than that, bro. Like what's his name? Like Don Magic Wand, you know what I mean? Or the ones that even laid the ground for Sharp, you know what I mean? That was just like in the 50s and shit, where it's just like, nigga, like, I'm gonna sell, you know what I mean, your body. You're gonna bring the money to me. I wanna make you feel crazy for thinking that that's a bad idea. Mm-hmm. That's, you know what I mean? Like,
I remember I was watching an interview, right? And it was Sharp speaking, and he's just speaking silently. And then I think it was on Soft Underbelly.
Soft White Underbelly.
Soft White Underbelly. And then the guy asked him, he's like, so how do you feel about girls getting out and being independent? And Sharp looks at the camera, then dead in the camera, and goes, no, I'm all about that. I'm all about women being independent. You know, save your money, put it away, give it to someone that's real. And that, you know, he just threw that shit, like, it just went so under the nose, bro. Like, if you didn't see it, and that's how you do it.
But that
has to be under the nose. Like, you're gonna give me all your guns and we're gonna have a great time.
No, but you say it in a way that doesn't bring up any red flags, right?
Yeah.
Because if it's like this too, right? Like if you're in a relationship and you're trying to get a threesome, right?
Yeah.
If you're like, oh, we gotta have this threesome, and it's gonna evade you, because then she's thinking like, what's in this nigga's mind so much that? But if you just create the environment, right, and then you say it in a sly way, like, bro, even. You know, I was out with my BM and we went to BT's, you know, and niggas were up.
Shout out BT's.
Niggas were up. The fucking timing was just perfect. you know, and she was extremely protective most of the time, right? Yeah. But we were just up, money was good, our relationship was good, and I was like, hey, let's just bring her over. She's like, yeah, like just in the moment, right? Yeah. And just the way I said it wasn't on no thirsty shit. It was like, yo, we're gonna continue the good time. You know what I mean? And she was having fun throwing money on the bitch. And then the bitch suggested she came home with us. You know what I mean? So I was just like, this is perfect. Well. All you have to do is
present it.
You present it in a way that it would sound stupid if they said no. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like, look at what a great time we're having. Why not continue this great time where we can just enjoy it? You know what I mean? Like, and it's just like seamless, bro. And it's seamless. But even like a nigga like Boosie, bro, who's a super uber gangster. People forget Boosie's that. Funny, people forget that he beat a murder charge, bro. You guys ever watch Swamp Stories?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I think it's a new one, but there's a Swamp Stories about Boosie that I was just watching, which is crazy if it's true.
Okay. I lied. I never watched Swamp Stories.
Swamp
stuff. But you intrigued me, so now I know.
Do you know who Trap Lord Ross is?
Trap Lord Ross? No.
Okay, all right. So basically, it's these two niggas who make stories about like incidents that happen in the hood. So a lot of times they'll talk about like gangs, you know what I mean? So they'll talk about like
cities.
Oh, on YouTube?
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
You've seen it before, nigga. You watched it? Yeah.
And he'll be like, and bang. You know, R.I.P. or whatever, right?
I know how you're talking about.
And so so Trap Lord Ross did like a 3-hour documentary on King Von where he got like death threats and all this shit. But this dude on Swamp Stories is anonymous, right? But he did this one on Boosie. And people forget that Boosie is a gangster for real. Because he does all this funny shit on the gram and all that. But like, you know, my dad's from Louisiana. And so like I have family in Louisiana. And Louisiana is its own thing, bro. Like
Louisiana's not pussy.
Not at all, bro. And there's real poverty. So for somebody like Boosie to get up out of his situation and to even thrive in that environment and to be a gangster rapper and one of these most NBA young boy too, right? Yeah. Like if you're coming out of that, there's a certain heart that you have to have. Yeah. But bro, they go over like there's this one Vlad interview where Vlad's like, and I can't believe this killer was 16. And Boosie just like hysterically laughing like, oh, you ain't used to seeing those 16-year-old killers, huh? Nah. Like it was so like such a regular thing. Yeah. And then if you watch this Swamp Stories, Boosie allegedly had a hitter, right? That was he started at like 14, 15 and was just doing hits for Boosie. And Boosie put 25K on somebody's head. The nigga, Boosie was already famous as a young nigga, you know what I mean? But it was more local. And this little boy essentially killed somebody for Boosie, came to the crib to collect the 25K. Boosie gave him 2,800 and the kid was cool because he just got to do it for Boosie and start riding with the crew, right? But then trip out. Nigga, he ended up doing like another 4 or 5 murders. And then he got hemmed up for something light, like stealing something or some shit. But he had just had a falling out with Boosie and then turned state and they just asked him about it. Like, why was he tripping out in juvie and all this shit? And he just started telling the whole story of all the past years with Boosie. Oh, you know what I mean? But then... So
that nigga's like, if I'm going down, you going down with me.
No, but it wasn't even like that. It was just, he was so traumatized from doing this shit at such an early age that with the cops playing nice with him, you know what I mean? He just told his whole life story. But Boosie, being a real G, nigga, was like, if you can convince somebody to murder for you, you can convince them not to testify. You know what I mean? And that's ended up what happened. And that boy ended up going down for it, changed his testimony. Boosie skated, beat like triple or double murder or something.
Yeah. You know what I mean, shit.
They just got YNW Melly on tampering with a witness.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
But what do you expect? Like, it's like, nigga, if your morals are that you straight with murdering people, like you'll be like, oh no, but tampering with a witness is too much. You know what I mean?
I like how YNW Melly is a great artist. I like my artist to be a little different, dude. Yeah. I don't like my artist doing what everyone else does. Like, okay, yeah, you could sing like Alicia Keys, but that doesn't make you an artist to me. You know what makes an artist to me? Like, okay, yeah, you could sing, bro. You're talented. Yes. Okay, yeah, you could rap. You're talented. Now, an artist, to me, is someone that's able to collage something and make it different. And that's something YNW Melly was able to do when he was singing about murdering niggas. And I thought I was like, yo, he's singing about murdering people And it just comes off so melodic and it's nice.
And a real artist starts new waves them niggas that who I smoke, because they did, so everybody started doing hard ass shit over soft ass like music. And Melly, but the dope thing about Melly too is that his voice is hella unique, bro. But that nigga too can really carry a tune. I saw one of his unplugged shit and it had no tune on it. Then it sounds just like the record, if not better.
You know who's actually like that too? That actually is an artist that I actually started listening to a lot more. It's Mexican OT. And the only reason why I bring that individual up,
Mexican OT,
I haven't really been listening to that.
So
nigga.
check it.
The
only reason why I
just feel like I feel like he's kind of corny.
But that's what I thought too. So check it. So
I like the
and then
but that was what makes him
impressive
different
to me.
That's what makes him different.
I've tried to talk with it.
Go ahead.
I've tried to talk rolling my R's. Like he rolls every fucking word, dude.
That don't even have R's in them.
He rolling words like.
So basically, the reason why I brought him up and the reason why I find that shit to be so crazy and to bring it back into the subject was because Mexican OT was getting a lot of hate because Mexican OT is originally from Texas. So in Texas, Mexicans over there are different, obviously, from the Mexicans in California, right? So the Mexicans in California, they're still stuck in their old ways, gang politics, etc., in the Mexican community and everything like that. That's what I saw on the video. So the reason why he was getting so much hate, and they were like, oh, because he's not keeping it raza, he's not keeping it fucking.
He sounds like a nigga.
But that's the difference. But that's what I'm trying to say. California Mexicans are not accustomed to that. So what Mexican OT did was adapt to his environment, and they trying to like implement the fact that he's Mexican, or just because he's a Hispanic rapper.
The way,
like, no, exactly. No Mexican rappers are popping.
No, but you're always gonna get hate when you change the way.
Like Peso Pluma is very popping. Yeah. Now he changed the way too, because his Mexican music is like that
ranchero.
It's kind of like it kind of sounds like it's Puerto Rican and mixed with Mexican music.
He sounds like Paul Wall to me.
I'm saying Mexican music. What's the proper word?
Corridos?
Ranchero,
but I don't know.
Not reggaeton.
I haven't even. I haven't listened to his music enough to even really comment on this. But I was going to say that there are other big Mexican rappers out of LA.
But not as big as Mexican OT right now in the aspect. Because think about it like this. Because the reason why I even brought that up, because there's
Swifty Blue. Y'all know who that is?
Yeah, I know who Swifty Blue. I grew up to King Lil G, EMC Sinatra. I grew up to a lot of West Coast music coming from Miami. Exactly. They are big in the Mexican.
Chino only listens to underground music.
I like, because it's
and old ass music because of China. Put all that Kevin Gates, nigga.
Patos, go ahead, and I just saw the past.
But we went to my barber, bro, and Chino was like, "Oh yeah, bro, I'm Mexican. My family's from LA." La, 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 la. And he started talking like this, shit, so he gets his haircut first. And I go and sit in the barber chair, and I'm like, "Hey, bro, what's up?" He's like, "Hey, your boy is cool." He was like, "Yeah, a little Mexican homie from LA." I'm like, I'm not even from LA. I was like, who?
Because he was like, where you from? I'm like, my mom's from California and my dad's from the Bronx. So I've gone to Cali and I've obviously vacationed, see my family, etc. Whatever.
This nigga grew up his whole life in Miami.
Yeah, like in my Cuban family. In my family, all right? I'm not gonna speak for all Cubans, but we have a saying for it. We call him a vampire, right? Yeah. It's someone that's able to morph in to anyone around them.
Yeah.
So you ever meet like a white lady, or like sometimes most
I can't hit that character. You ever meet
someone where it's like they're around black folks, and then they start being like, "Yo, what's up?"
Nigga,
and then when they're around white people, they're like, "Oh, hello, sir. How have you been doing?" And then when they're around Spanish, they're like, No, they won't even speak Spanish. They'll be like, "Cómo te dice?" Like, no, I understand. Sí, you'll say it. But they don't speak no fucking Spanish. It'll come off offensive sometimes.
Yeah. Well, they'll start having an accent.
They'll start having like a fake accent.
Hell yeah.
And they'll just like, it'll be around And it's offensive, but it's just they're trying to morph into they're adapting to their environment.
Like I said,
that's cheap.
There's a talent. There's a talent in it, but just like sometimes
Bro, I could go down to the family function. I'd be cool. I could go to the family reunions. I'm chilling.
It's confusing if you boys with the nigga and you out with him and somebody just met both of y'all.
Yeah.
Right? Because then I'm just like, what nigga is he today? You know what I mean? like which one do I have to because like I'm not trying to make him look stupid, you know what I mean? I might get on him when we gone. You know what I mean? But like if we out in a group, I don't want to be like, no, sorry, dog. My boy just is a compulsive liar.
Bro, prime example. Like in Jacksonville is predominantly black. So like I fucking went Kodak Black Glock 9. Like, nigga, hey, what's up, my nigga?
He was on the phone. And he was like, "Hey, what's up, Charlotte? All this shit." I was like, "Nigga, are you around some black people?" He's like, "Yeah."
Yo, dude, he's so funny, bro. And when he's around white people too, bro.
Bro, I can't go around. No, I'm not good. I'm not good.
I've seen him.
I've never seen him around white people.
I've seen. Remember, dude, he worked at my club, dude. So I've seen him around white people. He becomes
very proper.
So, yes, he becomes proper.
It's so bad.
No, it's not that bad, dude. But it's not like you can tell he's trying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He'll go like because his natural state is hood.
Yeah.
So like when he's around white people, he'll be like, no. So what I'm saying, like for mentions, like he'll start saying like things that don't make sense. I'll be like, bro, he's just really trying. Like, like he's a little racist towards white people. Yeah, like, he'll see white people and be like, I gotta use big words.
I went to what was it, Daytona, right? So Daytona is a predominantly like Caucasian area.
I've never been to Daytona.
No,
because of Daytona 500. I just imagine they lynch niggas.
Dude, like they. No,
So you're not from around Yo, when I first met him, I thought he was Cuban. Because the club is fully Cuban. And bro,
depending on who he's around, he might be. Hola, que voila.
Bro, and it's like with Cuban, got it. Fucking the Mexican, I got. Bro, there was a stage in my life where I thought, like, nigga, I went to high school, bro. It was so bad. Nigga, I went to high school and I was the only fucking kid wearing Dickies and Cortezes.
Yeah,
you know what Dickies are, right?
Yeah.
Yo, I was wearing the Dickies shorts, and I would call them shorts, and they were like fucking right here past my knee and shit.
Like chinos.
Yeah, and fucking black tee, going with the cholo fucking shorts, the long socks, and the Cortezes.
Yeah, and chinos, Chinese, black, Spanish, Cuban, Mexican. He's all of it.
Yeah.
I just can't.
He's around.
Except white. So when I went to Daytona, right? I really tried to be proper and like adapt to my surrounding because I was around a lot of white people, and the first thing that came out of their fucking mouth, you're Mexican. I'm like, I'm part Mexican. They're like, and I'm like, and then I told them this. I'm like, oh, I'm also Cuban. They're like, what part of Mexico is Cuba in? I'm like, what? I was like, what? What are you talking about?
Bro, yo, I know, dude. Like, I think Hispanics get like a stereotype a lot. Like, you know, I'm Cuban, full blood Cuban, right? I'm Americanized, but I'm Cuban. So I remember gringo, I went to nowhere near a gringo, trust me. But like if you come to my house, you'll understand. But like I went to Louisiana, right? Like I think around Louisiana. Now we were on like this was during COVID when they had that hurricane thing. Yeah. You know, you could go and you go with a team of people and they pay you to go out and then like watch Walmart parking lots. And they pay you like $17 an hour.
Right.
So I was out doing that, and there was a lot of white people, right, from the north. And like I was meeting them, and I was talking to them, and they just automatically assumed like I was down for Democrats and liberals, and I was Mexican.
Right.
And they're like, oh, so like, how'd your family get over here? And I was like, oh, probably on like a boat. And they looked at me, and they go, from Mexico? Yeah. And I go, what? Yeah. I'm not Mexican. And they go, you're not like you don't like Biden? I go, no, I don't like Biden, bro.
But,
oh, look, we got a Republican Mexican. I go, bruh, I'm Cuban.
Not Mexican.
What? We got a Republican Cuban. And I was like, Are all Cubans Republican? Like, you know, like they escape over here. The thing we're is, Republican because, you know, it was communist over there. Like, I remember. Dude, but they just so ignorant to the situation. Like, that's why I love living in Florida, bro. Yeah. Like, I've never been to Cali, but I'm assuming Cali's like that too, where it's like there's no real racism here, you know? Like, someone said something about me using, like, the word nigga, and I was like, to me, it's a normal thing.
We're from Florida. Bro, we had this problem. You remember?
Yeah.
It's like a Florida thing.
Bro, you got to hear this shit.
And then people outside of Florida, bro, when I say it, they just look at me like... No, I'm just like, what?
But the thing is...
I don't understand.
If you are acquainted with people and you're used to seeing a bunch of different people, it's really hard to be racist, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, because whatever stereotypes you have get broken just by one person. You know what I mean? Because you can say like, oh, all fucking black people are like this. And you meet one black person that's not, you're like, oh, maybe my idea is not that great. No, you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's when you're in these little pockets of fucking all the people are similar, you know what I mean? And you never leave that. And it's sad because you'll see somebody that's like 45 that has never left their town that has these fucking weird ideas that they made when they were like 14, you know what I mean? That they never escaped. You know what I mean? So honestly, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel sad for the niggas, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
yeah, I do feel sad.
You know, because it's just like, nigga, how small minded are you?
Yeah. I've had like, for an example, me myself, and it's not even. I've had a friend of mine that I knew. Drugs? No, I had a friend of mine, actually quite opposite, very church going and everything like that. He literally grew up in fucking Kendall. Never left. Like, he never left the Kendall area ever. And I'm like, bro, you never like.
But I don't think Miami even has that problem. Because no matter where you go, Kendall, Palmetto, you go, like in Palmetto, they have the hood right there. Yeah. There's a hood in Palmetto. Yeah. Everywhere over here in each little section, Homestead, Kendall, Palmetto Bay,
Kendall has no fucking hood. Kendall doesn't have a hood.
Kendall has the project area.
Where?
Yeah, there's a project area.
The only thing I can think about,
hood as you go into Florida City, but
no, yeah, but I'm telling you, bro, nigga, I went to school in Kendall. There's no fucking hood in Kendall because, like, I went to school. Okay, I lived in a hood, and I went to a fucking Kendall.
Video. Remember that real estate guy? He went viral.
Yeah.
I'm from the hood of Kendall, so it was funny. But
I don't know.
Kendall is very suburban. Like, I will tell you this:
I think Palmetto is more suburban.
Yeah.
I think when you're hitting Pinecrest, it's more suburban.
Pinecrest is like Coral Gables. So, prime example. Basically, the point.
All our viewers don't even know what the fuck.
Bro, basically the point. Yeah, basically the point I was trying to get to.
Sections in Miami. He's trying to say someone in Kendall, like what you're trying to say. I get it, but like I don't think in Florida at all is there an area where you're not going to see difference.
No, that's not true. No, but that's not true.
No, bro, okay.
I mean, maybe if you go to Orlando, you see a bunch of Puerto Ricans.
In Miami, you have to interact with everybody, bro, if you want to get shit done. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't speak Spanish, but I go to places where they only speak Spanish. And if in my head I was like, oh, man, fuck all these people speaking, you know what I mean? Then
I hate that shit.
I would never get anything
going
done.
To no strip club in Miami.
I'm going to talk to not a damn dancer. I had to learn what propina was quick. I was like, propina, does you want my dick? Like, what's up?
Propina, where's the condom?
Propina, my hair is fine, bitch. No, but instead, I always like try to make a joke out of it, right? I'll be like, oh no, but I'm learning. Like, yo, estoy aprendiendo, you know what I mean? And then they'll laugh back like, oh, mi inglés es very bad too, you know what I mean? Or whatever the case may be. And then it becomes like, oh, we have this like shared thing, right? Where we both are in a place where we can just speak our shit and be fine, but like we're interacting, so like let's make it a thing, you know what I mean? And I think that's dope as fuck, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Florida is just so diverse. I mean, well, and it's different and diverse Florida, at the same time.
Even the black people know Spanish.
That's what I'm saying, bro. For sure. And well, first of all,
okay, in Miami,
there's a lot of black people that I thought were black that are just from Dominican, Puerto Rican, wherever, bro.
Everybody thinks you're Dominican.
I know, and I don't speak enough Spanish. I speak enough Spanish to get by. You know what I mean? But not enough to like have a full conversation, right? But no, I think it's lit, bro. You know what I mean?
I mean, shit. You know what's crazy? I had one of my friends who I met when I was wrestling, right? out of state. He wasn't even from Florida. We met in a competition. He came to Florida. He hit me up, right? And I told him like, oh, bro, listen, I'm busy right now, but here's my address where I'm staying at. Pull up, get an Uber, right? So this nigga gets in. It's the funniest shit in the world. This nigga gets in the car, right? And I guess the Uber driver had one of those like things that you can't like where it's like it blocks out, right?
Yeah.
And he said that he came in at night, and the Uber driver miraculously was Cuban, but
miraculously he's in Miami.
Yeah, exactly. So, but now hear this: he was a black Cuban. So when he got in the car,
Bunch of those.
Tons of them.
bunch of those. So he got in the car, right? And the guy is like, hey, I'm trying to go to this address. He was like, okay. He's like, oh. He starts speaking to him in Spanish. He's like, what the fuck? This guy talks Spanish? Aren't you black? He's like, no, right, yo soy cubano. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, shit.
It happens to me literally every day.
Dude,
I have a friend named, his name's Jojo. He's a boat guy.
Oh, yes,
he sells boats and stuff. He's in the Keys. Bro, now, this man is Haitian, bro. Now,
no, he's not. Isn't he Trinidad?
Bro, no, dude. He's Haitian, dude. Oh. So, he... dude, if you're not Haitian, I'm sorry. Just in case. Now he has me questioning it. But he speaks Creole, Spanish, English,
If he speaks
French.
Creole, he's Haitian.
Yeah.
Right.
Creole, Spanish, French, English.
Yeah.
And I'm just
Nigga,
like,
fluent,
and I get so fluently,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
languages,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Like he knows everything, and I like how bitches they know he has money,
Yeah.
and they'll go and they'll start talking like, oh,
Talking shit, yeah.
and then he'll know what they're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Wouldn't say a
You know
word.
what I'm
Won't say
saying?
shit.
Yeah,
That's the best.
yeah,
That's the
dude.
best, though.
Yeah, but he learns it for his business, bro.
Yeah.
He's just like,
No, I think too, like after you learn like another language, it's easier to start learning other languages as well. You know what I mean? And but yeah, you know,
One of the hardest languages I really tried to pick up that I was never able to do it, and I tried learning from China and also like watching videos.
oh, Mandarin.
Mandarin, bro. That is one because it's like just for one letter, there's so many pronunciations to it.
and the way you say things,
And the way you say
like,
it.
wo de jiji bini da means my dick is bigger than yours. And
Is it?
Yeah.
I need to use
Yeah.
that. How you say that?
Wo de jiji bini da.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Aced it.
But like if you say it differently, people won't understand what the fuck you're saying.
Or you might say something very offensive and not even know it.
But you know what's crazy too is like Chinese people, their is nigga. So they say they'll be like, oh nigga. You know what I mean? And I was in Hong Kong and I was like, are they talking shit about me now? You know what I mean? They're like, oh no, like that's how we say I was like, sure it is, bro.
I met a cool
In
ass-
reality, I think in the United States, Chinese people are the minority.
Yeah.
In the United States, I think Chinese.
Actually,
people
no,
are the
because in the West Coast, they're crawling with fucking Vietnamese.
That's not the word I would use.
No, okay, all right. There's
Racist.
flooding.
They're infested with.
yeah.
No, no, I will tell you this. What we don't have, you know what we don't have in Miami? Indians.
What are you talking about, bro?
bro.
Mikasuki's right there.
No. Not Native Americans. Indians, like red dots.
From India.
From India.
Not Native Americans,
India.
yeah.
Indians. Like, I'm like, nigga,
No, because he was trying to
right
fuck this
there.
girl that's Native American, and she would correct him every time.
Yo, every time, bro.
But-
like, every time.
But
Stupid head, but... Bro, she put that ooh to the fucking max.
Fire. Yeah, you gotta watch what you say sometimes. Like,
I hope she sees it. She actually commented on our last video. She's like, no wonder why you're acting so different. I'm like, what do you mean? So she broke down. She's like, so we went out to eat because we went out to dinner. And she's like, after dinner, you're so nice. You're so loving. We did what we did. And then after we were done, like, because she did, I'll be honest, she stopped texting me. You feel me? So I'm like, damn, bro, what the fuck did I do? You feel me?
Yeah.
And she's like, she was just getting her shit together, bullshit, whatever. I don't fucking know. I don't give a fuck. Anyways, yeah, bro, that bitch really does watch her shit, bro. I gotta watch.
He really he falls in love with a lot.
What
of girls.
was
We
the
talked
point
about
of
this.
that story?
He
nigga?
just loves women, dude.
No, but what did you have a point in there?
Yeah. So the point I was trying to make was that like she
Shut
would
up,
get
you didn't
mad.
have no
She would
point,
get
dude.
mad.
Just
she
say
would
you
get.
had
You know,
no
he
point.
started- I just had to put that out there.
He started the story saying like, "Oh, so the craziest thing is," and then it just ended with, "So she watched."
So crazy. No, the craziest thing about that is that like I went such a long time calling Native Americans Indians,
right? Which that's what I grew up to being.
Native Americans are Indians.
No. Do you know the story behind that?
No, tell me.
All right, so
I want to learn.
Christopher Columbus.
Okay.
Why it's no longer a holiday, right?
Is it no longer a holiday?
No. So Christopher Columbus.
Fucking liberals.
It's not fucking liberals. Listen, he has no idea.
He just takes a piece of me and takes a piece of you and combines it in the worst area.
If you ask him what's a liberal or what's a conservative, he'd have no idea what points on anything.
I have an idea.
No, shut up, nigga. All right. But look, bro. All right. So Christopher Columbus, right, was when he was voyaging over here, he thought that he was in India. Right? He thought he was in fucking the continent of Asia in India, but he was just misdirected. So when he came to the Americas, he saw the Native Americans and called them Indians. And we still just called them Indians to this day. It's like, nope, that's what you are. You know what I mean? Typical white people shit. You know what I mean? Like, if we're going to call you this is what you say, right?
I mean, that's what we grew up hearing.
But that's what I'm saying. So, and then he raped and pillaged and killed them, right? And so the fact that's why Native Americans get offended.
Is he the one that no? It was
because it'd be like if somebody just was like, I don't know, bro, like, hey, like you're Mexican. If they were like, hey, you're Mexican, but not even Mexican. If people were like, hey, you're British, you know what I mean? And you're like, no, I'm Cuban, and they're like, no. You're British, bro. We're calling you English all the time. You know what I mean? And then that's just what you were for fucking centuries. You know what I mean? So it's just like, Native Americans get fucked up because it's just like, nah, not only was he wrong, he called us the wrong thing, and then he fucking killed off our people. So we're definitely not even Indian, nigga. I mean, and everybody called, you know what I mean? So like that's why baseball names had to change.
I think it was him who wanted to, like, they took him in because they wanted to help him fight a war with another tribe.
Who?
Right? Christopher Columbus. Was it Christopher Columbus, or am I getting my history mixed up?
What?
So when Christopher Columbus came here, they didn't welcome him, obviously, but, you know, they needed his help to help him fight off another tribe. And he helped them fight off that other tribe, and then he killed all of them.
I don't know that story. I don't know that story. I know that,
I don't know if it's facts. I know that I might be thinking about something.
I know that he gave him smallpox. But listen, nigga, the world was wild then. Niggas were conquering shit, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like raping and pillaging was a regular thing. Like fucking Genghis Khan before that was
the Vikings.
Like Genghis Khan is responsible for the facial structure of something like 70% of the Asians and he's Mongolian, right? And just because he was fucking so many women because when they would go and conquer a new area, raping their females was like, oh, that's one of the things you did. You know what I mean? And he just impregnated so many women.
That's why I told my girl, if we're ever under attack, right, and they decide to come over and take the United States, right, could never happen because the United States is the greatest country of all time. America!
We got the biggest army for sure.
Yeah, for sure. We got big
most
dicks
guns
over here. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we strapped. But let's say if they did, right, and they're winning, I told my girl, right, there's something controversial, but I'll save my last bullet for her, so she doesn't have to suck the dick of the military that's about to take over. Because you know what women do, right? When they're taking over, they, you know, women like, we made a safe space for them to be able to say they hate men and all that. But when those men come over here with guns and big dicks and bombing shit, bitches are gonna start sucking dick so they can survive.
Bro, it's just like,
it's how it goes.
It's just like dogs, bro. Yeah. Like little dogs. You know what I mean? Like we bred them to need fucking humans. You know what I mean? Not calling girls dogs, but you get the analogy. You know what I mean? Like,
we're not calling them bitches.
Fucking guy. Yeah, he makes what I just said sound 20 times worse.
No,
but that's what they will do, bro. Because like women have that thing, like you said on one of the other podcasts,
where they fucking want to marry murderers.
Yeah, because it's their safety net.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But that's why for men, like it is status. You know what I mean? And that's like if you want a woman to like be in love with you all the way, you got to be providing. You know what I mean? That's why men are better than women, nigga. Because men can love unconditionally. Men are only loved with conditions. With the condition that you're
it's dangerous for a man to be in love.
Yeah, that's what I said. The best relationship is when you like her and she loves you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you are in love with her,
no,
dude,
it don't work, bro.
No, dude. Because then you get like I said before, emotional men are dangerous men.
Yeah.
So when you get a man that's in love with you,
yes,
like how all these Disney movies programmed them to be, I want a man that's in love with me, bro. I love my girl, dude. Yeah. Now I wouldn't say like I'm in love, because then I would get very jealous very quickly.
Yeah,
like my girl go out to the club and in love is like, no, you're not fucking going out. I love you. You know what I mean? No, it's like it's territorial. It becomes territorial for me.
No, and the thing is, bro, like you want to, if you have to stomp your feet to control, you're not in control at all, right?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's just like sometimes it's just about like saying what it is and then trusting that that's what's happening. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If it ain't and it comes too light, then it's on you to move. But the thing is, you can't sit there and complain or go through their shit and all that, because that is weak, nigga. So either you know what they're doing and you like be okay with it, you know what I mean? Or you fucking move and change.
And also, when you do that to your girl, when you're over there, let me see your phone. Let me do this.
You
let me do that. Yeah, you're a little, you don't got your shit together. And let me tell you something. When you do that, that shows your girl you don't got your shit together.
Yeah, for sure.
That shows your girl that you are weak.
Yeah.
So you gotta be cool, bro. There's something my uncle told me. No, not even my uncle. A good friend of mine, his name's Alex. He told me, he's like, you always got to leave room for disappointment, and you'll never be disappointed.
Yeah, you can't put expectations on shit.
Yeah, dude. Like you're freaking out. Your girl's gonna cheat on you, dude. She's probably gonna cheat on you. Though. You know what I'm saying?
But if anything, because we missed the power of the mind, bro. That manifestation shit's real, bro. Yeah. So it's like if
you keep saying they're doing that shit, they're gonna end up fucking doing it. That's what I'm saying.
But it's just because you're gonna push them there by being such a bitch internally. You know what I mean? So it's like, look, bro. Go focus on yourself. And even I'll tell my girl this. I was like, the way to get me like to not cheat and shit like that is not to be on my ass about cheating. It's to be so dope that every other female just looks like a dumbass mistake.
Yeah, that's how I do it. I usually judge other girls based off of my girl. Like she'll be fine, and I'll look at her and she'll be trying to throw it at me, and I'll be like, yeah, but like, bitch, you can't even cook.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
or like,
if I ruined my whole relationship by sleeping with you, like, you're not going to benefit me in any which way.
But the same goes for niggas, right?
Unless it's Ariana Grande.
Like, the thing is, like, you're not going to keep your girl, but be like, oh, what the fuck you doing? Oh, don't talk to this nigga.
Yeah, you don't look tough like that.
Just be solid. Yeah, you know what I mean, and be in love with you, and then. You know, you don't win anything by chasing females down. You know what I mean?
I did. You know what's crazy though? I saw this shit and I didn't see it until I got dealt with it firsthand. I used to see niggas in the club go like be fucking ballistic, go God, like want to do some shit, but then I'll look at their girl and the girl's there just on their phone, not giving a fuck, whatever. Now, and when I see that, and then I've seen niggas who turn the fuck up, but their girl is just like, yo, calm the fuck down, like on a scared level. And I'm like, okay, no, that nigga, she's clearly seen that nigga do shit. She's seen that nigga do shit.
So I had a situation at the club. So that's why, I had a situation at the club, and this is going to be the last story because I think we're running out of time. But I had a situation at the club, right, recently. And this guy, usually I deal with people that are rowdy and they let the security guards hold them back. They'll let me hold them back, and they'll be 6'5", and I'll be like, no, stay back. Like, no, because if he wasn't holding me back, I'm like, you're lucky I'm holding him back. Like, you know what I mean? But this one guy, right? This was recently. He goes, hey, like, so the security comes up to me and he's like, hey, this guy just touched this other guy's girl's boob, right? I'm gonna call it for the story Don and Vega, right? Okay. All right, so, Vega just touched Don's girl's titties. Mm-hmm. And I fucking run out. I'm like, fuck, where's he at? So that way they don't get aggressive and cause a scene. You know, I don't think niggas is really going to fight all the time, bro. Mm-hmm. And then I go, so I grab Vega, right? I'm like, yo, you touched this guy's girl? He's like, no, I didn't. Don is walking the other way on the club while I'm holding this guy back. So I'm like, this isn't the guy. So I go over there, and I'm like, yo. I go, yo, we got it. We're gonna throw him out, bro. You know, don't cause no problems. He goes, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna find him. And I go, bro, this isn't him. I'm pointing at Vega. He looks at him. He goes, nah, and he looks that way. So then all the security guard lets Vega go, and we all look that way. And then Don just slaps the fuck out of Vega. Bah! And I was like, damn, dude, that was the most genius thing I've ever seen. He was not playing. He wanted to slap the taste out your mouth. Yeah. And he wasn't like, hold me back. He was like, nah, that's not even him. Yeah. And he looked over there, tricked all of us just so he could slap the fuck out of us.
That's fire.
And that was and dude, I was like he comes in the office and he's like, yo, I want to say I'm sorry for disrespecting your business. I go, bro, you know what? Like,
I can't even fall.
I'm just so impressed on how you tricked us.
Yeah.
And
kept it a bean.
And kept it a bean. Yeah. And like, you know, I'm not mad, dude. Like, I would have done the same thing if something had touched my nigga. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do the same thing you did, and I'm gonna act like that's not the nigga.
Nigga, that's genius. But see, that's the difference between a nigga that really wants to do something and a nigga that's like puffing up his chest to do some shit.
Yeah, because I've had people at the club be like, I'm gonna shoot this bitch up. Yeah. Now sometimes I've had niggas that are like, I'm gonna shoot this bitch up. I'm like, shit, nigga, do it, nigga. You ain't about shit. Because I deal with so much liars that like, shit, nigga, you ain't gonna do shit. Nigga. He goes, all right. He walks outside. I'm like, pussy ass nigga. I'm like, God damn, bro. These people are crazy, bro. He really did it. And in my always when that shit happens, I'm always like, oh my God, dude. Yeah. He really fucking did it, you know?
Yeah, because most people are on some bullshit, bro. But
no, the one that's scary, I will be honest with you. Like,
well, Chi, I do not think we have enough time.
Oh, camera's dead too.
Yeah, I knew it. You see?